Pretend like we didn't even hear anything yet. Wow, Ronnie, you are just blowing my mind with these epiphanies you're having, dude. What is it?
Well, you just gotta you always gotta be trying to grow. I like learning stuff from my little brother.
I mean, they just I take no credit, dude. I've just been grinding, studying. So go ahead. You said something about Krispy Kreme, Ronnie. What were you saying?
So I was sitting at a coffee shop with a friend discussing real estate, and a lady was sitting next to us, and she's like, "I want to talk to you guys. What's Chris's channel?" And I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she's like, "I'm a realtor." I'm like, "Okay." So like, I was just thinking to myself, Chris always spends time at Krispy Kreme. Why can't I spend time at a coffee shop doing some work or, trying to meet some new people?
Holy cow, that is so cool, man. I think that is just so cool.
You like
I'm just like, as we matriculate, thank you, Hampton University, the whole business model on it, I don't know about your mindset, but my mindset, I'm still thinking storefront, come in. That shit is done in my mind.
Yeah.
Tell me about your thoughts about the whole antiquated business per se.
I think you have to evolve with your customers. Like if you're not growing, you're dying. So like we talked about it last night, I was like, I can't teach people how to do my business because it requires this and this and this and this. It's like, I can teach them. They got to figure out how to do all that stuff. It's like, why is it up to me to tell you you can't do it? It's like, just figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool, man. I am so excited. I think it's a thin line right between business owner and entrepreneur. I was thinking yesterday and today.
Really?
I just fine. I think they kind of go like this.
Well, yeah. I mean, business owner, self-employed, entrepreneur, like I'm working on that, like everybody thinks that because they work for themselves, they're entrepreneur. I mean, there's different cash flow quadrants, it's like, my mind is starting to get bigger. And like I told you, I want to do the real estate thing. I'm like, why am I not looking at a list with you every month? What am I crazy? Like, I got Chris.
Carl, family first, Danny. Welcome, class. Me and my brother are just catching up on some past times before we get to our training today. And I think, Ronnie, as opposed to us, we're still morphing into what Ask a Haskins is going to be. I'm like, I really love documenting as opposed to teaching. I just really enjoy documenting with the stuff I'm going to share with you today, man. It's gonna blow your mind.
I am excited. And so for next week, I'm going to do what you're doing today because I'm tired of you asking me all these questions and I'm not having any input. I keep waiting on you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put a class together and I'm going to be like, all right, Chris, I'm going to ask you like 5 questions and we're going to go back and forth. So that's great. You're going to do it today. But next week, I'm putting it together. I got a lot of questions to ask you.
You know what? That's by design. Huh?
Because I want to learn about my brother.
This is by design, though, Ronnie. I think both of us have this thing, too. We go back to growing up together. I'm always looking at you. I'm like, okay, what's Ronnie doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What? It's just in my spirit. I'm always receiving. I've always just been a giver and receiver. It's always just been like that, man.
I love it. I think we get it from Dad, man. He gets a lot of credit, don't he?
Yeah, man. For class that don't know us, my name is Chris Haskins. I am a full-time real estate. I used to be an investor. Now I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I get the chance to hang out with my big brother, Ronnie Haskins. What up?
What up, Christopher Haskins? Thank you for sharing some light with your 15 plus years of real estate investing. Things that I think cannot be done can be done because of you.
We are blessed. We are blessed. Today I want to talk to you about some ugly stuff. As I'm learning how this to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to just teach at you class. I'm sick of teaching. I'm done with seminars. You know, I mean, people pay me to do that stuff. So this stuff we do for free today, just gonna tell you what's going on. Some ugly stuff is going on with me. Ugly. And I want my brother to share it too. Brian, you can't just leave me out here. You got to share your stuff too.
I'm gonna share my stuff with you. I mean, I've making some radical changes in my business this month. You know, we're going to talk a little bit about hiring and firing, you know, things of that nature. And yeah, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I got stuff to give as well.
All right, cool. I thought you were just going to just fire me out. But class, what I want before I get started, because I so enjoy, Danny, any opinion? Please, class, mash the thumbs up for bro. Mash the thumbs up for your boy. That's the least you can do that we are here. We take the time out of our day to share with you. I thoroughly enjoy this platform that we have here to share our 30 plus years of business running, Ronnie.
Absolutely. You know, and it's always nice to understand that we're still learning. You know, I like the way Patrick Bet-David said, he says, I may be absolutely incorrect, but this is what's worked for me for the last 15 years. You know, we're not here preaching and telling people you got to do it my way. That's bad.
That stuff is over.
Yeah.
Before I get on my little high horse, and I'm not saying we're good or bad, right or wrong, class, but I have had a little taste of what Timothy Ferriss calls. Let me go get mine. I got to get something on it. Ronnie, okay. I can set you up real quick. You want to go ahead and you want to do something real quick, or you want to wait for me to get back?
What do you mean do something?
You want to talk about your... No, we'll wait. Hold tight. I'll be right back.
Hey class, I am working on sharing my information with you guys, and I worked on this little chalkboard thingamajiggy.
Let's see it.
All right, let me see if I can share this with you. Oops. Chris, can you see that? Can you see that, Chris? So if you want to get a hold of me, you guys can visit my YouTube channel, and that's my email if you'd like to get a hold of me. I'll put it back up later. What's up, John? Good, how are you? Yeah, she needs your tax ID for tax, so we can do 1099 for you. I think the number will work, but I'm live right now on the air, and so let me have Judy get a hold of you. Did she leave her cell phone? Okay, cool. Thank you, man. Bye.
What you got? Eric, what up, dog? Sorry about that bad CD I sent you. Go ahead, man.
Nothing, man. I was just sharing my info. Did you see this little? I got this thing called Doodly, man. Check this out. Watch this. So if I share the screen, I can create video things that do this. Is that cool or what?
What do you? So I need you to talk while you're doing it because the screen goes back on to me.
Can you see this? Can you see the screen?
Now, yeah. I need you to, yeah.
Watch this scene then as I'm talking. Look at the scene. I can make videos with stuff like that, like chalkboard. I can write whatever you want in the chalkboard and make it write out just like that on as many scenes as I want. And it's really cool, man. It's called Doodly.
That's so cool. That is so cool. That's how they're making those things where they're writing on it and doing all that.
Yeah, like I can do a video and then add scenes to it and stuff like that. So I'm going crazy with it right now.
That's nice. You can just do YouTube. Some people got millions and millions and millions of YouTube videos like that.
Yeah, I can add it to the YouTube videos. Yep.
I like that. Doodly, yeah. It's got a name. It's like something pontoon or
Doodly.
I'm talking about the Doodly is a type of a. It's like it's got a spinoff of a cartoon where you can put. Can you put a person in there too?
Oh yeah, let me. Yeah, they got characters.
Miss G, what up?
If I want to add a character to this, I can just do this. Watch this, Chris.
I need you to talk.
Can you hear me now? Can you see it? Check it out. Watch you draw that character. Isn't that cool?
There it is. Yeah, pontoon. That's right, Carl. Pontoon. It is a pontoon.
Okay.
It falls under, like rollerblades is inline skating.
Okay.
The doodly. Okay, class. That's worth the price of admission today. As I have daddy daycare class, I hope to bring you some of the joys of being an entrepreneur. We get to hang out with the kids today. And before we get training on the ugly side, my brother Ronnie, I just want my class to know the new rich. I was talking about Timothy Ferriss, the new rich. We can make money regardless, is it irrespective to time and location, class.
Right.
Real entrepreneurs, I promise you, I have gotten a little taste of what these dudes are doing. Timothy Ferriss wrote a book called The 4-Hour Work Week.
Yep.
Where he talks about the new rich. We are making income, earning money, regardless of where we are in the world.
Right.
And regardless of the time. Income. Go ahead, Ronnie.
It's called relative income, especially when you look at your time. Remember, he said that in the book. He's like, a person that works 100 hours a week and makes $100,000, do they make more money than a person that works 50 hours a week and makes $50,000? Like this relative, your time. Right. You have to quantify your time. People don't want to quantify their time. They're just like, I work forever. I'm like, man, your time's worth a lot of money.
Oh, man. Wow. That's a good statement. How much is your time worth? Good God, man. As I get older, I'm like, I can't get a second back, Ronnie.
You can't get a second back. The kids are getting older by the second. We're always trying to chase the dollar, and time is slipping through your fingers every day.
Yeah. So, class, I'm going to get to the ugly stuff, but I want you to know that entrepreneurs we have multiple streams. I wanted to just share you. This is the newsletter that I've been writing since 2013. I keep every one of them. Some of my clients subscribe to my newsletter, but this is just another income stream. And I learned this stuff when I went to class last month in Florida. My mentor is a real estate guy to the death. He taught me real estate. I went down to his class. He's like, he showed me this little, what is the planner that he keeps? And one of the sections in his planner, Ronnie, hit me so hard. It's the topic of this section in his planner is other ways to make money.
Other ways to make money. Okay.
Yep. Other ways to make money. And he went down different things that he's doing. I'm like, this dude. And he's talking about, and I'm paying him to teach me real estate, and he's telling me about the internet. So just saying, guys, get on this internet. Please look into it.
And specifically, guys, I would say YouTube is a better platform because it has a search engine. I was reading an article today about they are calculating that Facebook users is 2 billion, but it could be as much as 50% fake users. And they charge you. You send out an ad to look for houses, and they're like, well, all these people looked on land, and it's just fake users clicking like on your stuff. So I like YouTube a lot better at this stage in the game.
Yeah, man. And YouTube, like you said, Ronnie, that search engine, dude, I'm here to tell you that, dude, you pop up any search and the videos come right up.
Yeah. Yep.
God, so much to talk about. Anyway, I could go on this all day.
What's up? Let's talk about the ugly side.
Yeah, the ugly side, Ronnie, I got to say it. Give me 10 more seconds. Class, the old way, if you're subscribing to the old way of college, and I'm not saying it's good or bad, right or wrong, going to college, getting into $100,000 worth of debt to get a job to pay that off, that mindset is, I don't know if it's going to be around for much longer.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Ronnie, this debt is killing us. And the internet, class, please, I've seen it. People are making more money in their sleep before people getting out of bed for the day. Okay.
Chris, hold up though. To go on with that statement, man. Once again, we're not saying we're right or wrong, but we're in the same place. You went to college for 5 years.
I did.
And we ended up doing the same thing. I'm just about a decade ahead of you. Now the money investment was probably the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? $150,000, $170,000, whatever. That money was probably the same.
Yeah.
I was invested in myself versus you're investing in yourself going to college too, but you're losing that time. And most of the people I meet that have gone to college, I got a lady that works for me has a master's degree.
You are joking.
2 people. I got a dude and a lady. They both have master's degrees. They don't have master's degrees in car sales.
What do they have masters in, Ronnie?
One is they're new. One is computer science, and one is I think it's theology. He was a pastor for years, but his might be computer science too. I have to ask them. Yeah, and then another guy has a 5-year degree. Another guy, actually, 3 of my people have master's degrees.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he used to run a hospital.
Got to be joking.
So yeah, man, it's like, you know,
wow.
Believe in yourself.
Wow, Ronnie.
You're going to go into debt one way or the other. Putting money into yourself and your dream, or giving it to the school and buying into their dream. You know, their dream is, they sell you that dream. Like, yeah, man, you're going to go here. You're going to be a music producer, Chris. You're going to make all this money. They probably didn't even tell you you're going to be a music producer. They probably just said it was musical engineering, right? So how did they sell it to you?
You know what's ironic? You brought that up because I was just at my old studio at Hampton University an hour ago.
Yeah.
Because I've got some old DATs, like an old tape that they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, I remember them DAT files.
The guy's begging me to come speak to the class. The teacher, he's like, man, please, I cannot get it over to my students how they are missing the boat, stuck in the classroom. Man, they need to know the industry.
They need to get the experience to get the, whether you be an intern or whatever, you know, while you have no bills, right? And you still live with mom, you should go get all that free education, you know, like get out there and work.
That's right, dog. That's right. Because when I was coming up, I don't know if I saw it, but I'm hanging out with Pharrell every day. I'm in the studio with this dude.
Learning by osmosis. It's just going into your veins. You start looking at their mannerisms. You start looking at it's about your circle. You know, if your circle is all the people in the classroom, the only person that's bigger is the teacher.
That's right. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I think you asked me where do I get this from. What, Ronnie? I really have been in the entertainment business, man, since 11, Ronnie. You know, I don't know if you remember at church. I used to play in church and all that.
I know. It was always embarrassing for me because you and mom sang, you played the trumpet, I played the violin, but I think I might have played in church a couple times, but you were always a performer. I was the baseball player, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love baseball to this day, though, man. I still go to my season here.
Nice.
Do you go to the Denver?
I've been to a couple of games. I mean, it's like an hour-and-a-half drive. I can see the game better on TV.
Yeah, that's true. All right, class. Ugly side. I'm going to share some stuff my brother's going to share with you because I don't want you to think this entrepreneur thing is all easy. And I want you to see what I'm going through right now. Literally yesterday. I wish I could show you the text message. As a matter of fact, I'll read it.
Oh, I got an ugly story for you, too. So you're going to talk about your deal that you were sharing with me earlier today?
Mm-hmm.
I got an ugly one that happened this week.
All right,
I lost like $300 just talking to somebody. Yeah, okay.
So I got a house on the market. Hold on. I got daddy daycare class, if you didn't know, and they're going crazy. 1 second. Please, guys. I'm calling my children class now.
Let me put my coffee on.
Okay, go ahead. Class, I have a house on the MLS listed $200,000 house. Then today, I forgot to say thank you for joining us today. Thank you. I always have to turn it around because you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here right now with us. I have a house on the market listed for $200,000. We had an offer. We accepted an offer back in November. The lady was supposed to close December 7th. Couldn't close. Something happened with the loan. We gave her an extension to December 19th. Couldn't close. We had to give her another extension. So we gave her 3 extensions, right? The last closing date was January the 7th. 7th comes. Whatever reason, I tried not to get involved with the buyer's loan stuff. So didn't close. You know, I'm not getting involved. I'm letting the buyer deal with her problems. So just my realtor is asking me just to wait a few more days. We're going to have this thing closed out. I'm like, you know what? I've seen this a dozen times in my career. If they need an extension a couple of times, then stuff's not right. So anyway,
you can feel it in your gut.
Yeah, I know it, man. But I don't try to, you know.
You don't let the negative in. What's going to happen is going to happen. Just
either way.
Have you done your job up to that point? That's what you can ask yourself. That's it.
And we had the house is completely renovated. home inspection done. We fixed all the repairs, so I know it's not on me.
Right. I like it. Go ahead.
So I got this text today, Chris. I'm sending. This is from my realtor, which I told him about 30 days ago to go ahead and put the house back on the market, but he swore up and down that the people could close. I didn't even. And I wasn't really tripping because it's the first of the year, not a lot of buyers looking. Chris, I'm sending over you 2 forms to sign to release the contract for the buyer to put the house back on the market. So that is the text that I received yesterday. So now I've had a house off the market November, January, December, 3 months sitting, class. No, I could have had it on the market to receive other offers, other buyers. No one's even looked at my house because it's been pending in the system.
Who sent you that letter? Her attorney or the realtor?
No, my realtor got this from the buyer's realtor.
Oh, okay.
So now it's officially over. I guess something happened. Her loan, the lender was scary about giving her the loan because she's moving into town. She doesn't have her job set up, which they told me she did.
Right.
I wouldn't have even done the deal if I knew that. But anyway, so the lender was like, well, we can't loan her the money because she didn't have a job where she's moving to here. So everybody called me up on three-way yesterday. They say, Chris, we might be able to do this deal if you hire her.
Oh, you get another 3%?
Huh?
And get another 3%? They're trying to make more money. Is that why they wanted you to hire her?
No. I'm already giving the 3%, and I'm not. I don't even want to get into that part of the story. But they want me to hire her so she will have income when she moves here from out of state.
Like a job?
They want me to give the buyer of my house a job, Ronnie. So they can get paid on their transaction fees. Like, man, you fucking out of your mind, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Put my house back on the market, dude. I don't know who you talking to. I didn't. So basically, so I can pay her to prove to the lender that she has a job when she gets here. Can you imagine that, Ryan?
I can't even believe it. So continue. What happened?
That's it. That was the last. I'm on the phone. He's like, well, Chris, I need you to hire the buyer. This is the realtors talking with the lender. We need you to, being that the buyer doesn't have a job when she moves to town, we need you to hire her and pay her a salary. So she's on salary so that the lender can say, hey, when she moves to town, she has employment.
Is that really what they're asking you? Or they're asking you to just fudge it, like, write it out that you're giving her $100,000 a year or something like that? They wanted you to lie?
No, man. They asked me to hire this lady. They were like, well, what she can do this for you. She can look for property. She can. I'm like, are you?
You need a job.
Man. So I got bamboozled, and I'm sitting here with a house on the market. I got 180,000 out. I thought I was going to get back this week, but okay, things happen, class. I want you to know that. So that 180, I can't move that money to other places. I got to sit back on it again.
Let's talk about stuff. So, like, that was your ugly story, right? So last week for me, I went skiing on Thursday. I had a lady call me, a customer call me. She's like, I was referred to you. I need to get this car. My car is totaled. I'm in a rental car. I need to get a car ASAP. I'm paying every day. I was like, okay, so I'm going skiing. I can't handle this weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you $25 a day. Like, I'll take $25 a day off the price that I'm quoting you while you're in a rental car. It's not enough to pay for a rental car every day, but it's a little consolation. It's like, okay, I want to help out. I want to be competitive.
I care.
So, but I still want to go skiing, so I'm like, all right. So we get to Sunday. She's emailing me. I think I want to do this car now. I'm like, okay, let me get the numbers together. So I drove back from the mountain.
On Sunday, she's emailing you that?
Yeah, she's emailing me. I came to work Monday. I'm ready to go. I'm like, okay, here's the pricing. What color do you want? I can get the brand new car. She's like, I want this specific color. I'm like, all right, I got it. I got a signed contract. I got a deposit. I've done my job. I'm like, I'll get the car. Then I paid drivers. I'm like, I have the car here tomorrow morning. We're having a snowstorm. I'm like, I'll get the car here tomorrow morning for you. Okay, thank you.
Ronnie's in Denver, by the way, where it snows. It can snow a foot.
So then, Tuesday morning, I got the car. I'm sitting in my office, and I'm like, why is she not returning her phone calls? I'm like, and I was like you. I'm like, Yeah, but don't let the negative energy in. Have I done my job? So class, here's the lesson. Like, have you done your job? Things are going to go wrong. Things are going to get ugly. Get ready for it. Like, I have a video on my channel. It's like, get ready for it. Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank says poo-poo happens. It does. And you can spend weeks talking about negative. Oh, man, that customer ain't nothing. This and that. Did you do your job? You have nothing to worry about. It's like some people are just going to go sideways no matter what you do. So long story short, she doesn't have the respect to even call me back and thank me for getting the car or say, I'm sorry I wasted your time.
I don't understand. I'm not following you. Where you skipped over something?
No, okay. So I got the car. It's here waiting. I got the paperwork ready. I've got everything ready. And now she's emailing me like, I want to negotiate. I got a dealer I'm working with. I'm doing this. I'm like, oh my goodness. I've gone through all these hoops. I got a signed contract. I have your money, ma'am. I have a deposit that I don't even have to give back to her, Chris. Right now, I still have it on my desk. She's gone. That's another lesson for the class today. So she just stopped calling me back. I'm like, do you? I talked to her once Tuesday. She goes, I just need 24 hours. I'm like, okay, for what? Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. I got to see if I'm making sure I'm getting the best deal. I'm like, all right.
After you bought the car?
After I've done all of that, yeah.
Okay, I want the story to be congruent because you bought the car, you have her deposit. Start from there.
I bought the car. I have the deposit. She's ready to go. It's the color she wants. It's everything she wants. We have agreed on a price. The price is already done. I mean, it's like we're ready to go. All we got to do is sign the documents.
So the car is there.
Yep.
Okay, go. Okay, so the car is in the location.
It says, I'm at the dealer. I want to get a better deal. It's $300 better at the dealership. I'm like, $300? I'm like,
$300 a month?
No, just $300.
Oh,
you know, like, gosh. I'm like, oh, good grief. All right.
Oh my Lord.
Mind you, guys. So class, think about, I'm gonna share this with the class. So you talk about just talking freely, right, Chris? This particular client makes a lot of money, like $250,000 a year. And so when you're thinking that you're doing your job and it doesn't matter. People can go sideways from all different aspects of the economic form. It doesn't matter if they're struggling or balling. They can still go crazy, man. It's like they just go nuts. So long story short, Chris, I'm the type of person that like my time is worth more than $300. I think I'm worth it. I'm not going to negotiate with you. So she never even asked me. She never even asked me, can you match the deal or whatever? She's just like, I just got to decide what I want to do. I'm going to call you tomorrow, Ronnie. I know you've brought the car down. I know you've spent money. I know you came back from the mountain early. I know you've done all this stuff.
Oh my Lord.
She never said thank you for doing that. She never says, I appreciate you doing that, Ronnie. She just said, I know you've done all that stuff. I'm like, okay. I said, take all the time you need. See you later. So she didn't have the common decency to even call me back at all. Like, this was Tuesday. Today's Friday. I haven't heard from her. And so I have already got rid of the car. It's gone. You know, so but
why would she have to call you? She calls you all she has to do is say at this time, what does she need to do before we get to the end of the story? What was she supposed to do?
She was supposed to call me back and say, I'm ready to come in and pick up the car that you got for me, that I told you to get for me in the exact color that I told you to get. But she's not even doing that. She just disappeared. She just ghosted me.
Oh my Lord.
And so my lesson for the class is don't worry about it. That kind of stuff is gonna happen, man. I mean, we can talk about the negotiating tactics, or it was $300 more than what she could get at the dealership. Who cares? I did my job. I got everything done properly. I took a deposit. And it's not, you know, I don't have to give her her money back, Chris, but I don't.
She didn't even call for it, though.
I don't keep them. Your reputation is worth. I take a $250 security deposit. So I have to make a decision, and I made this decision 15 years ago. My reputation is worth more than $250. So I will send it back in a nice letter in the mail. Thank you for your time. Thank you for considering me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And let me tell you why. Because you can't rule everybody out. Just because she went sideways doesn't mean that she gets that letter in the mail, she gets that check, and one of her coworkers, oh my goodness, I can't believe this guy sent you your money back. I want to work with him. You know, like, You know, it's like you never know. You know, so
Wow.
you know, it's just nuts, man. But
Unbelievable.
that's an ugly side of being a business owner, being in business for yourself, or being an entrepreneur. Stuff is gonna go sideways.
And I'm presuming you could have strong-armed her by getting a bigger deposit, making it non-refundable, or making her bring cash in or whatever.
I'm gonna say this once. I only want to do business with people that want to do business with me. Period. I don't want to strong arm you. I don't want to connive you. I don't want to manipulate you. I don't want to trick you. If you aren't in this relationship with me, goodbye. Not interested.
That's terrible, man.
Come on in, Ray. Let me introduce you to my brother. Hey, dude, this is a couple of guys that have been driving cars for me for like 20 years. Say hi to my... No, you got to come in front of the camera.
He's right there. Yeah, he's right there.
He brought my dealer plates back.
Hey, my brother, how you doing? Nice to meet you. That's cool.
What's your name?
You got to come over here, Dave.
What's your name?
My name is Chris Haskins.
The ugly side is
We're
Chris.
talking about the ugly side of being a business owner.
Oh, I see myself over here. Yeah. The ugly side of what? Business?
Of business.
Well, you know what that is? You say your name's Chris?
I'm Chris Haskins, yes.
Oh, you're Chris. You're the better half. Because there's a guy named Ronnie that fits that expression there.
Right there?
Yeah. Nice meeting you, Chris. Pleasure.
Come here. Give me some love.
You know, hey.
Come here,
Hey,
sir.
Chris.
What up, dog?
Ronnie and I became buddies for a long time. I've been driving.
Scoot down. I can't see you.
Sit down.
Oh, I've been driving for him for a while.
Uh-huh.
Can you see me now?
You looking good, brother.
What's this standing up over here? Is that
That's
back
delayed.
play? Okay.
You old man, talk to him.
Oh, I see myself on here. Okay. I'm not familiar with his FaceTime stuff. We do a little bit of that at the house. But anyway,
You've been driving for 40 years. You said.
I give him some quotes for these long trips, flying out, meals, motels, all that stuff, you know. And he just feeling me out, you know. But every once in a while, I'll give us a bone and we'll take a long trip for him.
This dude went to New Jersey to pick up a truck for me to drive back. Ran a toll. I get the bill. Mr. Haskins, you ran a toll in New Jersey. I'm like, what?
With the dealer plate?
Yeah, with my plate.
Well, he only told you part of the story. Anyway, that one trip he's talking about, Chris, I've got a motorhome, and we were talking about going back to Jersey and Philadelphia and all, because I've got friends and relatives on the East Coast. So he called me for a quote on a ProMaster van, cargo type, not real plush, bringing back from Trenton, New Jersey. So I said, gave him a quote, and he says, oh, okay, that looks pretty good. He said, I'll get back to you. And then I hung up, and Ann says, why don't you take a trip for Ronnie, and I'll go with you, my wife. And I said, yeah, I guess I could tell him that and take it. And that way we'll get done what we have to do. And I said, we can't lollygag. We got to go and pick it up and get back. So anyway, we left. He calls me back. Or no, I called Ronnie back, and I said, hey, if you give the run to us, I said, I'll take it myself. And maybe Ann will go with me. So he says, okay, let me look at it. I no sooner hung up that the phone rang again. He said, I'm not even going to look for a transporter. He says, you and Ann take it, which I thought was pretty nice. You know, he is a nice guy sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
So anyway, we take the trip.
All right, man, we gotta go. We're live.
He doesn't tell you the half of it. I paid $45 on that turnpike at one time. And then I got the wrong lane, and one of the guys says, that's all right, go ahead. So I thought I was all right.
Get a little more time, I'll tell you about a trip to Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah. We'd like to hear about that. You got to bring them one more often.
All right.
The car wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another story.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Chris.
Good to meet you, Chris.
You too, guys. See you soon.
So that's the ugly side. You know, I think that the lesson for me when you're looking in the mirror is to do your job, make sure it's done right, and you have nothing to worry about.
That's right. This guy has this virtual wholesaler. I just got a text, Ronnie. Somebody lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, has a house in Norfolk. This internet, man, is crazy, dog.
It's fantastic.
Okay,
Unbelievable.
7.
All right. Hey, we gotta go. It's 1:30. So I wanted to tell you about oh, did we finish up with your lady? She's done. You're gonna send her the thank you letter.
The car's done. No, I'm just gonna send her the money back. I'm not keeping it. My
That's what I'm
reputation
saying.
worth more than $250.
Yeah, that's real grimy, dog. How much time did you lose on that?
6-7 hours.
That's a
That's
Subaru.
real grimy, man.
Yeah,
That's real grimy.
I don't know what model. I just put
So that's an ugly story. Okay, I have 2 vacancies. Oh, I want you to know, class, that it is January the
Oh, no.
5th. I still have not received rent on 2 of my rental properties, my lease purchase houses. Now, yes, I have already received a down payment, but people are presuming one of my residents, I believe her plant shut down for a few weeks. But the other one, he's a truck driver, and I'm not sure what's going on with the money. But I want you to know that things happen. You got to either make a decision to work with people or not. Make a decision to work with them or not. You know, so I've made a decision to listen. We're going to try to work with you, being that it is right after Christmas to New Year's. People's money just, things happen. Does your business have any drawbacks at the New Year, Ronnie?
Yeah, it's a tough time for people. Everybody, we see these Christmas things and New Year's things, but there's some people out there struggling. And then they get into a car accident and they need to buy a car and they don't have the money for Santa Claus or this, so
yeah,
always a tough time. So how can you be helpful? How can we help people?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What can I do? What can I do? It all goes back to what can I do? I'm like, give him another month. It's not like I guess it's a fine line because this is how my mentor went out of business, Ronnie.
I understand what you're about to say. Go ahead.
It's a fine line. If you give too much, you will be on the street. You will be on the street. I've seen the man go on the street, So I guess for me, I'm trying to kind of figure out how far do I let it go,
I think you're right, man. Just like with the current situation you and I deal with, it's like, we have to draw our line in the sand. And I haven't gotten with you on that yet. Ray is making sure I got his bill. I pay you 6 months, sir. Get out of my office.
Well, you tell Chris that you hadn't paid me for 6 months. You still had a ticket, and I said, tear it up, Ronnie.
You're still on punishment for running a toll road.
Punishment? What do you mean?
All right, we got to finish up.
All right, man. So, we just need to draw a line in the sand. So, right, you can give yourself out of business. So we need to basically draw the line.
We're out of here, Ronnie.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, Chris. Happy New Year.
Nice to meet you, bro.
We have to draw the line in the sand. So as you being my mentor, how do you talk to me about that? Like, where do we draw the line? Like, okay, we've given and given and given. I don't want to end up on the street, but I do want to help. But here's my line. It's the ugly side. It's the ugly side of business.
Yep, ugly side of business. And every situation is different, Ronnie. This was communication, though. My thing is, if you can't pay, at least communicate. That's all I want.
I know. Yeah, it's simple, right?
But like, you know what? It's like if people say I messed up.
Yeah.
That has got me out of so many binds, Ronnie. Do you use that when I'm like, I messed up?
All the time, dude. It's like, I screwed this up. I mispriced it. I misquoted it. The car didn't show up. I teach that to my salespeople. Like, think about the weekend, like today. We have 5 or 6 people waiting on answers about their cars. And I always tell the guys, you better call your people on Friday and let them know what's going on. Because left to their own devices, left to their own thoughts, they're always negative. So no communication means everything has gone wrong. I love calling people and saying, hey, bad news, that didn't work out. I bought you a car, we inspected it, and it failed the inspection. I'm sorry. I'll get you another one. Good news, you don't have to deal with that car. I'm dealing with it. I'm on the job. I'm going to get it taken care of. So like a lot of salespeople, a lot of people in business, they don't like telling people when they have negative things going on. And I think they, like you have learned, they miss the boat. They're missing the beauty of telling people that stuff, because those people are like, thank you, Chris. Thank you for handling it. I got you.
Over.
I got
It's
you.
over.
You know?
And there's nothing else for you to pull my card on.
Nothing.
Once I pull, like, well, Eminem on 8 Mile, I pulled my card. You know what? I screwed it up, but I'm going to take care of it. You know,
Right.
I screwed it up. I messed it up, man. I've messed up so much. But as soon as you admit to yourself that it's bad and you screwed up, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
You drag it down. All right. The last thing I wanted to tell you that I have some vacancies. I went to go see. I got some people moving out. So I have to make a decision. This tenant was a Section 8 tenant, right? Which means I got my rent every month at one time, third of the month. Wham! You know, and I don't usually do those, but I have to make a decision whether I'm going to do another lease option, get a down payment out of somebody. So I wanted my class to know that not only do you not get rents first of the month, you also have vacancies. So now it's like pile it on me. And I don't want people to know that everything's pretty, you know. So now I've got 2 people that didn't pay for January, and I've got someone moving out. So that's going to be 3 properties that I'm not getting. Let's just say this, just for conversation's sake. Let's say it's $800 a month. 8 times 3 is
24.
24. So that's 2,400. That's just poof, poof. And I personally know some people that live on $2,400 a month. You know, so I can't count that money, man. So I just want you to know you got to be prepared. That's all.
Yeah, man, you got to be prepared. And when you're building your business, if you're building it to work on a shoestring, and quite frankly, in the beginning, you're going to be working on a shoestring. So you have to measure how much risk you're willing to take.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to take a whole lot of risk, you got to have a whole lot of preparation, a whole lot of reserve cash flow, things of that nature.
Oh my Lord, that's right. Anything else you want to drop, brother, before we go to Q&A?
No, man, I thought it was good. You know, like talking about this. Next week, I'm gonna have a bunch of questions for you.
Good.
I become a real estate student as well, but absolutely, man. I needed to get this out today to talk about negative stuff. You know, it doesn't always go well.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't, you know, but it's gonna be okay. You know, keep doing your job right, keep being the beautiful spirit that you are, and people are still gonna buy your stuff.
Yeah. They will. They'll forgive you too. Shit, I've been selling products with PayPal. You got to pay before you even get the product. You can't even download my stuff yet.
Okay.
People, if you tell them, listen, this is what I have, and you're sincere, honest, and you have integrity, Ronnie, that you're not going to screw people, they will forgive you. I forgive people.
Yeah. Yep.
Somebody wants, I can't believe Miss G is here. Wow, we're going to interview Miss G next week. What's up with your financial planner, Ronnie? You don't want to ask this guy? I'm going to get my own financial guy on here.
I think you call me the implementation master. I've already talked to him. He's hunting today. He is willing to come in on a Friday and sit down right here and take questions about financial planning. That's okay. I already talked to him.
Well, you know what, Ronnie? He doesn't even need to come in. He can just do it online.
So all 3 of us can go back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
You are, you know, remember it's technology. If he's got the right tech.
I think your guy, man, you know what? I think you might be, and this is just, I'm just talking to you out, my thoughts out loud. I think you might got the one guy with the worst phone, brother. Because I have been doing this for months, man, and I haven't seen anybody.
That's my only example.
He had to have had like a, dude, that phone. Huh?
So I'm like, I'm going to bring this guy on live. So I bring this guy on live, guys. And you can't hear nothing. The camera's shaking. It's all blurry. I'm like, oh, no. So we stopped the interview, and he came to the office. And that scared the crap out of me ever since. So it's like, okay.
So you don't even want to do what I'm saying, Ronnie. Anyway, it's just easier. We can talk about that offline. I don't think we have any questions today, brother.
No questions. All right, cool.
Final thoughts for ugliness in business.
I think I keep saying it, but like get used to it. You know, things are going to go sideways when you least expect it. You'll be able to feel it in your gut that the deal is not going properly. Don't let your gut take over. Just ask yourself, have you done all the steps in your job? And so what you'll find out a while ago, when I would have things going sideways, I would go down that checklist in my mind, and I'd be like, oh, you skipped this thing. You skipped this. You didn't take a deposit. You know, And no wonder the deal went sideways, you know. So you always have to self-check and evaluate yourself. You can't always blame the consumer, blame the home buyer, blame the client. You will go out of business doing that. So you got to check yourself. And then just realize no matter what you do, some people are just going to go sideways. And that's okay. You know, just don't turn bitter and continue to give the good service that you give to everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Stay the same. Don't change who you are based on other people's actions, perhaps.
It's like a Martin Luther King quote, you know, he's like, don't let any man bring you so low that you hate him. You know, like just try to rise above it. And I've had people do that to me, Chris, and then come back and buy from me later.
Wow.
They get tired of doing it on their own, and they're like, oh, man, I should have used you. I'm like, all right. And they come back.
Nice. You never know, huh?
You never
know. Class. Make sure you subscribe to subscribe to both of our channels. Smash the like and comment on any content that you enjoyed today. Class, I want to just leave you. And at 3:30, I'm going to have my real estate attorney back. Going to have my real estate attorney, Jessica Siegel. She's going to be talking about dealing with tenants and contingencies in your leases and your contracts. Going to be some good stuff. Class, if I had to leave you with one thing today in business, expect the unexpected. I go into every deal, thinking Murphy's Law is just going to be sitting at the table. He's going to be sitting at the table. And it's exactly what happened to the one here. I knew the lady's loan was trash. She went through 2 lenders. And the 3rd lender, I'm like, you know what? Something's fishy here. So if it looks like it's falling apart, class, you can recognize it, but don't presume it'll go bad, but you can prepare for it.
Yeah.
The house I told you about is sitting, you know, a stage. We're getting it back on the market today. We'll get an even better offer.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks, class. Have a great day, guys.
Love y'all. Bye.